tremendous amount to offer to all of us. So she's, so kind as to do this meeting for us, and hopefully some other ones too. So the first thing, I don't think the three of you as my coaches, I don't think any of you have met. So maybe if you would just quickly say, just say your name, where you're from, and how long you've been a coach. Debbie, you want to start?
Okay, I'm Debbie Mauricio, and I live in Chula Vista, and I am a coach since last July.
Great. And how about Kaylee?
Hi, I'm Kaylee, and I just started, when did I start? November? November,
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, November.
Hi, Kaylee. Nice to see you again. We met a few
Good
weeks
seeing
ago.
you too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Debbie, nice to meet you. Hi, my name's Norma, and I'm also from Chula Vista. And I became a health coach December 8th. And
Yay!
I'm excited to be here.
That's awesome.
So the person we're waiting for is Rita, and she actually lives in Tennessee. So she lives close to the East Coast. So she's still trying to get on.
Yeah, even if she has to do it by voice, it's still better than not.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, anyway, I just want to personally welcome you. I've gotten to meet all of you, so that's really neat. And Evonne asked me just to talk about a couple of things that are just as for new coaches that are just kind of helpful to get your business launched off and, to help you be successful. And one of the things that comes up all the time is, well, where do I acquire clients? How do I find them? Where do I get them? And I always say, start definitely with your warm market first. Make sure that all of your family, your siblings, your parents, your kids, everybody knows what you do, because they will help help you spread the word that, what, you're open for business. This is what you do, and you'd love to help anybody who's looking to make a change in their life like we did. And for us, some of us have a weight loss story, and some people don't. But the ones that have, use your story. And if you don't have a weight loss story, then use somebody else's. But for those of us that have lost weight on this program, one of the things that we really like to kind of hone in on is having a 1-minute story. And I know Evonne can help you, and also with the training, they usually work on that, because that's a real important thing. Just in 1 minute, just to be able to tell what your life was like before you lost your weight, what it's like now, and why you are a coach and paying it forward in all less than a minute. And just really sharing your story is so powerful in just letting people know what it is you do. And we don't get clients. We're not out to get clients. We're out to acquire them and just to help people who are looking. And so where do we find these people? We find them anywhere and everywhere. Once you make sure your family knows what you do, and just, it's okay to say, hey, you know what? If you know of anybody that's looking to make a change, please send them to me. I'll help them, and train your family how to refer to you. And if you want to, you can offer an incentive for your family members and say, hey, you know what? For any referral, I'll give you, blah, 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 $20, $25 for each one you send to me. It's okay to ask for help. I think a lot of us are afraid, but it's just like any new business. You have to get the word out, and you have to let people know what you're offering. One place that a lot of people find people to talk to are social media, with LinkedIn and, with Facebook, certainly. A lot of people will, just have their friends, it's okay to ask your friends if you're not at your goal yet, or you don't have what you feel significant story yet. Use your mentors or somebody on your team, and just ask your friends, would you mind posting my picture? And letting people know what you do. Any way to get the word out. So after relatives, friends, think about neighbors, think about, everybody in your world. Like, if your children are in school, people in the school, teachers, other parents, PTA, the post office, the bank, anywhere you go, those are potential clients. And don't be afraid to talk to anybody, because A lot of people are looking for somebody to help them, but they just don't know that that's what you do. So let's see here. So like churches, any activities, if you play bunco, any of those social things are also great ways. Also, if you happen to have a spouse, like train your spouse to, if a coworker comments on their weight or their health or something like that, train them to refer to you. So those are some really good ways to, put people on your contact list. And one of the best tools that I know of is and you should have all gotten it with your kit, is this Achieving Optimal Health Guide. This literally has everything that you need to know starting off in it. But one of the things it talks about is creating a contact list. And even if you start with 20 people on that list, that's great. And it provokes you into thinking about neighbors, your past and present neighbors, coworkers, past and present, church, worship community, PTA, the gym, a sorority, a fraternity, all those kind of things jog your memory. The other thing that people really forget, and they say, well, I don't know anybody. Well, first thing I would say is look at the cell phone contacts on your cell phone. And you'll probably have a lot of names in there. And so just make a list. And, it gives you places to write them here. It has all the lined, and you can put the names of your contacts. And just, make a plan. Like, I'll contact 5 people a day and just get the word out and say, you know what, I don't know if you or anybody would be interested in what I do, but I'm getting the word out, and I would appreciate it if you would refer to me. And I'd be honored to help them. And this is what it did for me. And just that simple. And you're not asking them to do anything other than if they run across somebody in the next few days, months, whatever, that they'll think of you when they think of people that need help with their health, that you want your name to be the one that comes up. And so the only way we can do that is really making sure that we have the word out, that people know. So is Rita on?
Yes,
Rita?
ma'am.
Hi, Rita. Welcome.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. Good to have you on. I wish I could see your face. But welcome. So right now, did you just get on? We're talking about acquiring clients. Oh, there she is.
Okay, great.
Okay, now your head is cut off.
Okay.
Okay. So those are some really good ways of just jarring our memory to think about who do we know that we can, spread the word. And a lot of times other things that you can do is you can change the voicemail on your phone to just say, hey, I'm so-and-so, and I'm a certified health coach, or if you're not yet certified, I'm a health coach with Take Shape for Life. And please leave me a message. You can just have your outgoing message. Also, the other thing that's a good thing to do is on your signature line, every time you send an email, put that you're, put your name and certified health coach and your contact information right there on your signature. And every email you send out, whether it's a client or anybody and that's another way of getting the word out. So that's another good thing to do. And and then once you do acquire clients, a good thing to do is maybe send out a referral letter and train them right off the bat how to refer to you. That's super important. They do have a letter in this Achieving Senior Coach Guide, but in my opinion, it's way too long. I don't think anybody's going to read anything that long. I probably wouldn't if I got it. So I would just maybe in a quick blurb just say, as you continue to lose weight and people notice, please, if you know of anybody that wants to do the program as well, please send them to me. And then I do offer a $25 referral for each person that you refer directly to me. So that way they don't refer to MetaFast or Take Shape for Life and get another coach. So I'm very specific in that. And I tell that to my clients right when I sign them up.
Could you repeat that, please?
Oh,
What you just said.
Be more specific?
When you send out the letter. What did you say specifically so they don't go to someone else?
Oh, okay. So what I say is just say, as you lose weight and people notice, I would be honored to, help them as well. And if, I appreciate referrals. I look forward to, referrals. I'm a referral-based business. However you want to word it, that's something that you were comfortable with. Then if you refer them to me, you'll receive $25 for each person. But I'm very specific when I say if you refer them directly to me, because we don't want them going to MetaFast Direct and Googling it in the middle of the night thinking they're going to bother you. And that's what happens, and it's happened to me. So those things only happen once, and then we figure out, okay, that must be, I didn't train my clients well enough to refer to me directly, because they don't understand that we're compensated by them, by their food and their orders. So it's real important to say that, and I say it right when I sign them up. I'll say, as you lose weight and people notice, I hope, that you refer them directly to me, and then I'll put a $25 cash on your account for each person you refer. So you're already planting the seed that they're going to lose weight. You're already framing it in a positive way. And, and that's how you create the kind of the environment for referrals. So that's a really important thing. And then, sometimes if you want to, this is up to you. This is your business and you can do whatever you want. And even offering a referral is not anything the company recommends, but it's your business and you're welcome to do whatever that you feel comfortable with. But some people offer a special, like I offered a Halloween special. And if they ordered within a 48 period of time, I gave them, an additional cash on their account. You can do that. I mean, sometimes, people do all kinds of things. People have back to school specials. You could have a special for anything you want. Those are just some of the kind of things that you can offer too, to kind of get the momentum if you're, trying to build your business. The other thing that's really, really effective is doing a healthy happy hour in your home and having Evonne go with you and do that. That is a super, I don't know if you've done that with anybody yet, but it's a super
powerful. I did.
Yeah, it's super powerful. And, I always tell people, don't have the expectation that you're going to be signing people up that night. Yeah, it may happen, but really what you're trying to do is just let people know what you're doing. And everybody that attends knows 100 or 200 people that you don't know and that are looking for some help. So it just gets the word out. Yes, you probably might end up getting some clients that want to sign up right away, and that's great, but that's a cherry on top. But really the idea is just to get the word out that this is what you do and you want people to think of you first off.
And just to kind of add on to that too, Debbie Mauricio did a healthy happy hour that I helped her with. And, she had 2 people come, which she was disappointed about. But you know what? One is now one of her coaches and one is now one of her clients. So I think that's a very worthwhile evening. So I would say don't not do it. Don't not do it because you think the number is going to be small. Of course, then the next time you do it, maybe the number will be bigger. But, I think that was a pretty worthwhile evening for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And some people have good success with some business networking, small groups, again, it's kind of that networking, where I'll refer to you, you refer to me, sometimes and you can do that you don't even have to go to a structured group. You can do that with your friends or people that that have different businesses. And the other thing that I look for is I look at people's circle of influence, and that's a really important thing is, how many people do they know? And looking at what people do. For instance, if you know of somebody who's a hairstylist, well, they deal with a large volume of people every day, or a manicurist, or a massage therapist, anybody in the, business. They see a lot of people. And so a lot of them are looking for different ways to add to their income for their businesses as well. So I'm thinking, and even physicians, chiropractors, they're all looking for a different way to generate revenue. All of them. Like there's nobody that you wouldn't want to approach because we don't assume anything and we don't prejudge anybody. my first coach I signed up, I told her she didn't need the program, and that she didn't need it and didn't need to lose any weight. And she said, let me be I was brand new. I didn't know what I was doing. She's a national director now with Take Shape for Life. And I tried to talk her right out of it. So, so don't prejudge anybody. And, don't prejudge anybody who you think makes a lot of money. We don't know why people come into this business. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's just having a life with purpose and meaning and helping people. So that's why just don't be afraid to let anybody know about the client opportunity, but also don't be shy about the business opportunity. This is incredible business. And, for people who, I can't imagine not working from home and waking up when I want to. And, if I want to raise, I have to look in the mirror and say, Linda, get with it, because there's nobody that's going to dictate what you do with this business except for you. So that's the beauty of it. But having said that, one of the important things is to really kind of be crystal clear on what you do want with this business, and really working with Evonne and your mentorship. So you'll hear with Take Shape very often about a structural tension. And that's all downloadable on your Office in Motion under your resources. But it's this sheet here that you're going to become very familiar with, because what it does is it really helps you think about what your goals are. And it's really important to think, what would you like to accomplish in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days and or a year? Where would you like to be? And then you put that up here, and then you put where you are right now as a brand new coach right here, and with so many clients, X amount of clients. And then here, what you do is you put what you're willing to do, your action steps to get you from where you are to where you want to go. And it's a very simple concept. We use this even with clients. What's their goal weight? Where would they like to be? Where are they right now? And what are they willing to do to get from, here to here? For instance, are they willing to drink their water every day? Are they willing to be on the 5-in-1? Are they going to exercise? So those are all things that are going to help you make a change. It's kind of, they call it a structural tension. It provides a little tension when you're trying to go from one place to the other. So this is a really useful tool. And you'll want to submit this to Evonne. I like my coaches to give it to me once a month at the beginning of the month, and Evonne's impeccable with that. So you have the best mentor ever. And it's very important, because we don't, as mentors and, as your mentor coach, we don't decide for you what you want to do. You decide that, and we don't push anybody or encourage. But as far as you let your mentor know where you'd like to be, and she will help you, your whole mentorship and line of, everybody wants you to be at whatever level of success you'd like to be. So, so that's, does anybody have any questions about that? Anything I've said so far?
I have a question about, you're talking about the 1 minute presentation where you tell people about the program. My issue is I'm trying to narrow it down. I get so into it that it seems like it takes forever. A few calls that I've had with a new client and a potential client is that I'm on the phone going on and on and on. When I remember with Evonne, when I just met with her the first time, she let me do the talking and she was just listening. And I have a hard time with that, because I get so excited. I want to tell them about how it's changed my life and where I was before, where I'm now. And I'm trying to make it more about them and not about me.
Well, that's why. Are you coming on Saturday to the training?
Yes.
Yes. That'll be very helpful for you, because I feel the same way. And with the training that they train us, they're so good about training us, is really finding out what they want and learning how to ask the questions so that they feel empowered and that they feel like they're doing this because they want to do this. And I know exactly what you're talking about. And because I did the program 8 years ago, nobody asks me very rarely, how much did I lose? Like, I want to tell them I'm still as excited today as I was 8 years ago about losing 45 pounds. But nobody wants to know that anymore. So it's really, but I'm like, well, ask me. I want to tell you. But really, so that's why they want you to limit it to a minute. And one of the in the same guide, it talks about creating your 1 minute story, and there's 3 questions. And so you might want to practice that with Evonne and maybe like verbally doing it so that you can do it in a minute. And then that way you can share your story, because your story is important, and don't minimize that. It's very important, but nobody's going to want to listen for a long period of time, as exciting as it is.
And Norma, it takes practice, because I can't tell you how often I called Linda and said, okay, I just verbally vomited all over that person again. So it just takes purposefulness and practice. It really does.
It does. And I'm glad that you're that excited. And that's what they are going to sense. It's going to be your heart. And people don't even care. You'll hear this again, but they don't care how much you know. They just want to know that you care. So it's okay to say when you're a new coach, you know what, that's a great question. I'll find out and I'll get back to you. I still say that, people still stump me. And, but we have so much support, and that's important for you guys to all know that you guys have Evonne, you have me, you have the whole network of support with our nutrition support. We have physician call, a doctor's call once a week, a maintenance call. We've got everybody there to help us. So, just know that it's surrounded with that. And and I'm not sure if you guys are plugged into our leadership calls or not, but they are is so helpful. We have a Monday night it's 6:00 our time, and for Rita it would be 9:00. And they're every Monday night, unless it's a national holiday, and you'll get an email every Monday afternoon. You've been getting an email about the leadership calls, and if you can't listen to them live, then they're all recorded 24/7. And they're so helpful because the leaders in the company are telling you what they're doing that works, and so that we don't have to kind of reinvent the wheel. We learn from people who are already successful. So they're really good. And then Brian Drollinger is all of our upline. I'm your upline global. He's your he's a presidential director that we're all under. And he does the Saturday A team calls, and the A stands for accountability. And so, and then again, it's another support for you. And it's super important to be plugged in, and that your business will grow when you do. When you say, Evonne, when you say they're just vital. Yeah. Because, even as coaches, we go through seasons where we might be feeling kind of funky, or we feel like, what I'm doing isn't working. Well, plugging into this will keep you revitalized, and that will transcend into everybody you're in contact with. It keeps your momentum going strong. It keeps you really clear on why. We all have a reason why we became a coach. It's real important to be clear on that, because you will have seasons, as any business, that are, up and down, but that's really important, as all of the so we have our national convention in Orlando, the July 9th through the 12th. Super important. Get signed up for that. You will not want to miss it. It is the biggest event of the year, where you meet corporate, you meet the MetaFast, board, you meet, CEOs, everybody of MetaFast. You'll meet some of them this weekend. So that's in Orlando in July. And if you want to build a business, it's not to be missed, and you'll have a ball. And, we usually plan a little vacation before the event starts, because it starts on a Wednesday night. And then it goes, it's a Thursday night, all day Friday, and all day Saturday. And it'll be money well spent. It'll help your business grow beyond measure. So that's once a year. And then we have these super regionals events like this weekend in San Diego. They're usually just the first couple months of the year. And then as you progress, and if you become an executive director, we have in Tucson, April, it's the end of April, I think around the 23rd. Don't quote me on that, but it's if you're an executive director or above. So that's a good thing to work towards. We've got the first quarter of the year, which is hot right now, with people looking to lose weight and get healthy. So you guys can all be there for sure.
That one's called Go Global.
Yeah, that's called Go Global. I'm sorry, I might have not said that. So that's those are things to really look forward to, and depending on what you want to do with the business, and if you want to become an executive director, a lot of people, that's kind of the level where a lot of people look at, you know, it's kind of the first business rung where they recognize you as really a business leader, and a lot of people are able to leave jobs if they choose to. With that level of income, it's kind of a nice place to be. There's a lot of benefits of being an executive director in our business. So, okay. And then one of the things that we also like to do is practice partner calls. And a lot of people are afraid to do that, or they think they're not very useful, but they really are. And so what we like to do is, especially when you're brand new and you're like, what do I say to somebody, and how do I, how do I, get them to sign up and stuff like that. Sometimes the practice partner call and hearing your mentor do it, where she would do it, Evonne would do it the first time, and then and it's okay to even get a family or a friend with no intentions of signing them up, but just say, hey, would you just be a body on the phone just so I can practice and hear my mentor talk? Would you just help us with that? And anybody who, any of your loved ones would do that for you. And then just have Evonne talk, and just how she, she's masterful at, clients and having them sign up and referrals and all that. She's awesome. So you want to hear what she has to say. And then the second time you kind of do it together, and the third time maybe you could do it and she could critique you a little bit and say, hey, that was great, but you might want to do, just so that we learn. A lot of people find that they talk to a lot of people, but they have a hard time kind of closing the deal kind of thing. And that can be difficult for people. It gets easier as you practice, but, a lot of times, you just, again, you listen to what they're looking for, and always keep that first and foremost, and ask them, so what are you looking for? And they say, well, I want to lose weight. And then it's okay to say, you know what, well then, are you available Tuesday or Wednesday? Well, I'll come over and get you signed up. And so they've said they want to lose weight. And so, hey, just say, this is what I do. I can help you with that. How about if we get together, and give them two choices. Don't say, maybe someday we'll get together. That doesn't work. You always give them an option of 2 days that are good for you, and then getting it on the calendar, following through, and going, maybe over to their house or on the phone if you live too far, and get them signed up. So that's one really good way to seal the deal, because you ask them what they're wanting, what they're looking for, and that they tell you, I want to lose weight, get healthy. Okay, well, I'll help you with that. Why don't we get together at such and such a time, and we'll get you started. So that works really well. And people that are on the fence, I know, we've talked about how, it's okay to say, well, why don't you give it a month? And I'll work with you a month. And, if you're ready to do this and you really want to do it and you're motivated, why don't we try it for a month? And then, and most anybody can do anything for a month, so that also, does anybody have any questions about that?
I just talked to Evonne about that, because I've been talking to a lot of people, from work. They're always asking me, what are you doing? And so I go into my spiel and tell them what I'm doing. And they say, well, that sounds great. But then it's getting them to that, the point where they're sitting down and actually saying, okay, let's get started. But Evonne had a few good suggestions too, so I'm going to start working on those.
Good. And it's okay to ask them, okay, are you ready to get started? Let's get you started. Are you ready? Ask them, and they'll say yes or no. And then if they're not ready, you don't want to take them on anyways, because they're not going to be successful and they're not ready. So that's why on the profile form, it asks you what's their motivation? How motivated are they? And if they're not a 7 or plus motivated, I would just say, you know what, when you're ready, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. We'll help you when you're ready. So, but it's okay to say, hey, let's get you started,
Okay.
And see what they say, if they're ready. But those are simple things, but we some people are afraid to do that. But a lot of people just need that, you know, because they're thinking about it and thinking about getting ready to get ready to get ready, and that never happens. Let's just go for it. You're ready.
And Norma, if it's a situation a lot of times where people are at work asking you what you're doing and you're telling them, it might just be helpful to take that next step and say, I could help you. Do you want to meet now? And I'll help you get started. I mean, like that, just kind of like, yeah. Are you interested?
Exactly. And even in this guide, it actually tells you what some of the presidentials say. And I think it's very useful. You know, like one of the Lisa Castro, the presidential, she says, would you like some help with that? That's actually what I do. I help people create the life they want, you know, and then, so it's just a matter of, you know, once you find out what they want, it actually will become easier. And these trainings are fabulous. I would say for me, they train you on how to be really confident in your offering. And a lot of it is just a confidence. Like, we know what it did for us. And that's why you're spilling over wanting to tell everybody, you know, and so a lot of times it's just painting the picture for them, what they're looking for, and asking them and having them dream a little bit. What would your life look like? You know, what would be important to you? You know, why would you want to make a change to your health? And if they say, well, I want to wear a bikini in the Bahamas, well, then that's something you've related to them. And then you know, okay, what would your life look like wearing a bikini in the Bahamas? Get them to dream. Maybe put a picture of somebody in a bikini on the Bahamas or something, you know, on their dream board or whatever. We need to dream. We need to, you know, and then again, that's part of the structural tension where, you know, this is where they want to be. This is where they are right now. And hey, I'm going to help you. I'm going to walk alongside you, hold, you know, grab, you know, if you grab my hand, you know, I'll help you. We'll walk side by side and we'll get this done. So, you know, that's why you don't ever feel like you're pushing anybody. You're not sales. You're not selling anything. You are coaching for those people that have identified the fact that they want to make a change. That's all. So once you keep that, it kind of frees you up so you don't feel like a salesperson. And that way you can talk to anybody about what you do. And you can say, this may or may not be for you, but maybe if you run across somebody that could benefit from this, maybe you know somebody with high blood pressure or diabetes, or, you know, whose doctor says you have to lose weight. You know, this is what I do. We have a structured program that will help you. So when you come from that place of just being there to help those that are looking for that, it makes it a lot easier, I think. So we covered a lot. I kind of think we went over everything on your list, Evonne. Is there anything else that you can think of? Oh, I know one thing. So the other question that comes up is with coaches that are a coach. So you're always the client of your coach. So you are always Evonne's clients, and all of your coaches that you sign up will be under you. So because of the company and the high ethical standards that we have, it's really important that all of your food that you purchase for your own benefit is in your name and your account under your coach. And then when you acquire coaches, they will do the same for you. And it's really important to repeat that because we want to be totally transparent, totally ethical. So a lot of times you might have clients that might want to order it a different way, or, but if you have a husband and wife that are on the program, and they're both your clients, you need to order the husband's food in his account and the wife's on her account. And then all of your food that you're having, if you're on the 5-in-1, or most of us, even if we're not on the 5-in-1, we still order food. And that's how your mentor is compensated, just as the same where it comes back to you to bless you bazillion fold is when your coach is under you, they will always be your clients. So that's real important. And a lot of people just don't understand how that works. And so that's what when I sign up a coach, I just tell them that right away. So there's no misunderstanding, and we want to be fully duplicatable in the ethics of the company. So that's one thing that's really appealing about this company, is they're very ethical. So that's a nice thing. So is there anything else that
Does anybody have any questions that they were hoping to go over with Linda?
Call from Nancy Sue.
Sorry, I don't know how to turn that off.
Call from Nancy Sue.
All right. Well, we've been talking for a long time. If no one else has any questions, then I just want to thank Linda very much for
I hope that was helpful.
Absolutely. And thank all of you also for coming on the call. I know we all kind of had to organize our day around it, but I think it was very worthwhile. And for everyone that's in the San Diego area, I'm really excited about seeing everybody at Friday night and Saturday.
Yeah, me too.
And Norma, your husband's coming Friday night, is that correct?
Is.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
I got my first check yesterday from Take Shape for Life. It was a small one, but I told him, you see, very supportive, and he sees how excited I am, and he's seeing results. So he's totally on board. I just want to bring him along so he can really see. You know?
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Did
great.
I have received a check already for my first?
I did for my first, I have 2 clients now with a few other potential clients, but I did get a small one from my first client from December.
Did I have received one? I'll have to check.
Well, are you on, Kaylee, are you on automatic deposit?
No, I never did that paperwork.
Okay, so you should be getting a check then.
Check your mail.
Check my mail. Thank you.
Yeah, and are you guys all on the challenge?
Yes.
No, I'm not.
So who's not?
I am not. I don't want to do it this time through because I don't want to plug in. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'd much rather be trying to work my business and calling people and stuff. Maybe the next time you do it, I will have a team, but not this time.
Okay. Yeah. One of the call she just texted me is a client from Michigan, and she wants to know how one of the challengers on the thing is getting so many points. so there's somebody from Michigan. So it's kind of fun because people connect from all over the world. And she's like, how is he getting so many points?
And one of the things you guys are going to notice is that if you do it the first time, you might not have a very big team. And last time I had to join forces with Evonne's team because I only had myself and one other person on our team. Well, this time around, I'm like, I am going to have a team. I'm going to do it. And so I actually have, including myself, I have a team of 8 this time. But it's because I can be infectious about how it works and, you know, what some of the challenges are and how you overcome them. I mean, it was just so much easier this time around to try and generate enthusiasm for it than it was the first time. So, you know, you just keep trying.
That's exactly right. And I recommend just being a participant the first time, just like you were, and just find out. But one of the things about the challenge is it's really a wonderful way of building your business, because when people are in the challenge, they get points for inviting people. So they invite people. And so I have people on my challenge that I don't know. They're all prospective clients. So it's really a way of building your business and supporting and then they bond with each other. Then they kind of are competitive in a healthy way. Mm-hmm. And so even if you just are just a client in your coach's room the first time, that's a great way to kind of get your feet wet, find out how easy it is. And then what it is a terrific layering tool. And the reason we do it as coaches, it's a way for us to help us build our businesses. So I did it last time for the first time, and I thought it was going to be a lot of work and as a really detriment to my business, but it really, you know, and each time you do it, it catches on, and pretty much 90% of the people that participate the first time want to do it again, even if they're in maintenance. So it's a way to stay connected, and then they get little tidbits of motivation from the people that post encouraging things on their wall. So,
and then also, for Norma or for Kaylee, if you would decide to do it, or Rita, it's a wonderful place for you to invite the people that are just kind of asking what you do, because they'll get the whole picture, and a lot of them might be ready to get on board as a client with you. And if they're not, they'll be ready to go back to the next challenge, and then they'll be in your room. So it's a good way to kind of get that started this time by just inviting them into our room.
Yeah.
And it's an easy thing to invite people to. And I have a lot of people that still have said they're going to, that are just kind of dawdling this week about getting on. But it's because it's so, you can tell them they can do whatever they want to do. They can join our program. They can not join our program. They can do whatever they want, but they can still be part of the challenge. And it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yep. It's all about having fun and getting healthy all at the same time. But yeah, I would definitely be at least a participant. And I think, and the thing is, as you invite people in, you've got Evonne, who's already done this before. She's a good mentor. So your people will benefit from her leadership as well. You won't coach them on the 5 and 1, but they're going to, she'll be the team leader on your team. And so your clients will benefit from Evonne's leadership as well. So it's a win-win as far as it's designed to help us build our businesses. So that's why we do that. It's not a Take Shape for Life thing. It's really the Meltdown Challenge runs it, and then we host a room. But it's anyway, enough said. But anyways, look forward to seeing you guys all, except for, I guess, Rita, unless you catch a plane out here. So,
Well,
yeah.
thank you very much. This has been very helpful.
Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, well, good night, everybody, and I'll see you in a few days.
Okay, bye, Linda.
Bye.
Everybody.
Welcome to the team.